You could start with what the message you gave this morning.
Sure. You know, I think that after we are processing what happened in New Zealand, we have to remind ourselves it also happened here. And despite all the nice words that happened then and have happened now, if anything, hate crimes, racism, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia have grown. And so I don't think I need to say to Calgarians or Albertans or Canadians, we stand with our Muslim brothers and sisters or our Jewish brothers and sisters or with all of those who have been victims of crime, because people have already made that decision. Good, decent human beings as we are, we've made that decision. But I think it's important for us to also demand better from our politicians, from those who aspire to leadership, from those who tell our stories in the media. We need to be able to demand better, because what is clear here is that nobody should have been surprised by what happened. After all, it's already happened in Canada. And it is a direct line, it is a direct consequence of the kind of behavior that we are allowing, the kind of speech we are allowing, the kind of conversations we're allowing. So I want to say to anybody who aspires to leadership, make your choice. Make your choice. Do you welcome racists to Alberta and say that they're welcome in Alberta anytime? Do you stand at protests where neo-Nazis are also speaking and ignore their presence? Do you pretend not to hear questions about that? Or do you stand with good, decent human beings and say, nah, never mind that I might get some votes out of that. I condemn that. I condemn it every day. Do you condemn other politicians who say that people should be denied certain jobs or public services because of the articles of their own religion to try and get votes? Or do you say, I don't need those votes. What I need is a community that works for everybody, a community that gives everybody an opportunity to live a great life. I know where I stand, and I hope that all politicians will declare very clearly where they stand.
Give some specific examples there, sir. Are you thinking of specific Canadian politicians who have done these things?
Look, it's all over the place, right? We all have to be able to do this, and we cannot fall into whataboutism. We cannot fall into saying, yeah, but those other people did this. Yeah, but those other people didn't mention this on a plaque. There's a big difference between pandering to these votes. There's a big difference between playing footsie with these folks or pretending that you're ignoring what they truly stand for versus being a human being. And I think that it's important that everybody stand up for this. You know, I look at the Prime Minister of New Zealand, and I look at the fact that she didn't stop to say, will some people be offended if I wear a hijab when I go to meet the victims and their families? She just said that's the right thing to do. It's the respectful thing to do. She didn't stop and think, how will I be hurt politically if I move quickly on new gun laws in my country? She just did what was the right thing to do. And I think we can all gain a little lesson from that and forget about the poll-tested messages and just do the right thing.
Well, do you have some concerns about the state of white nationalism in Canada?
Hate crimes went up 47% in Canada in 2018. We got a very serious problem. And for all the time we spend and effort we spend on known terrorist organizations, let's remember that these white supremacist organizations are also known terrorist organizations, and they are dangerous terrorist organizations. And we need a broad-based community response, but we also need a police response, and we also need a political response to make sure these things are treated as what they are, which is terrorists.
So do we have a brand new police chief?
Stay tuned.
What can you say? Is it just waiting for the acceptance of that person for the job, and then we can announce
I'm going to use Scott Dipple's favorite word. There will be news soonish. Save some space.
When you say soonish, are you thinking this week?
Save some space.
Anything else?
So last week I asked the UCP leader about what his stance was on the Springbank Dam a few times, and he will only say that the UCP supports the fastest path to flood mitigation. Could not get him to say yes or no on the project one way or the other. So can you just explain a little bit about what the city stance is on that and whether you have concerns about those kinds of sentiments?
I truly enjoyed your piece last week, by the way. I know I'm not supposed to admit to reading them, but I enjoyed that one. I'm happy to hear Mr. Kenny say he supports the fastest solution. The fastest solution is the solution that has been scientifically and rigorously tested. It is the one that Conservative and NDP governments both chose as the best solution. It is the Springbank dry dam. There's no need to go back and do more environmental assessment. There's no need to go back and do more analysis. It's all done. And I was surprised to hear the deputy leader of the UCP, a very thoughtful and smart person, say that she felt that no scientific work has been done. She's welcome to visit me anytime, and I can show her the reams and reams and reams of independent studies that have shown this is the right solution, and we got to get Springbank built. There's no more room for dithering here.
And was candidating Bev Canmore. Also, what I was saying, she's against it.
Fascinating.
She wants to do the right thing for people of Bragg Creek and Switching.
Well, let's put it this way. This is the right thing for all Albertans. It's the right thing for Calgarians. It's the right thing for the people of Bragg Creek who are getting community-based mitigation. It's the right thing for the people of Redwood Meadows who are also getting community-based mitigation. I'll tell you what the wrong thing is. The wrong thing is pandering for votes on this. The wrong thing is putting the lives and property of downtown Calgarians at risk because you haven't done your homework or you've been listening to too many loud voices. The right thing is to get Springbank built and get it built now.
Are you worried that this could be an election issue?
That's why it's the first question on the YYC Matters survey.
When are we expecting, results?
Well, we've given them a deadline of April 1st, so let's see what happens.